We have to say thank you for stepping in today. For being a loose woman. But obviously, Michelle was booked anyway to come on the show today to be a guest because what some of you may not know is Michelle's had to make some really hard and life-changing decisions, which has resulted in her having both of her breasts, her ovaries, cervix and fallopian tubes removed. Now, despite this having led to the onset of an early menopause, Michelle, you say that this is the best decision that you've ever made.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. It had to be the decision that I made. You know, cut long story short, about 4 years ago, I was faced with the reality that I lived with BRCA2, which is the cancer mutation gene, which has been famously made by Angelina and Sharon Osbourne, but I was before them. They copied me. You know, so yeah, so it was a little bit before that all came to light.
Yeah.
And so I was totally unaware that these things existed. So I had to do my own research, and it was kind of new new research.
How did you find out?
My father's mum and her mum both had ovarian and breast cancer at a very young age.
Right.
And when they found out they had the BRCA2 gene, my dad was then told that he could carry it even though it doesn't affect him the way that it does women.
Yeah.
And because he had me, a girl, he could have passed it on to me. So he got tested positive. Then I got tested.
So were you aware before the BRCA gene thing, but were you aware that you had this history of breast cancer? What sort of age can you remember sort of being aware that it might...
Very young, very young. I mean, my father and his mum's relationship was quite strained at the beginning of their life. So she kind of came into our life as grandchildren later on anyway. But it was quite a young age that I was aware that she was always in hospital and she had breast cancer a couple of times and that her mum passed away from it. So it was always around our family. But because there was a male in between, you don't really think about that link ever so much.
Of course, men can get breast cancer.
But men can get breast cancer, exactly. And the gene doesn't deteriorate as it's passed on. Right. You either have it or you don't. Right. It's black and white.
And we have a daughter.
I do, yes. Yeah, she's 4.
Your concerns with her, whether she might...
But yeah, I mean, every time that I talk about this or sometimes I'm out and about, you know, at a supermarket or I'm shopping and women come up to me and sometimes they break down and they cry and then I cry and then we all cry. And Faith said, why did she come up to you? Why are you crying, Mummy? And she's starting to get that something's happened because she knows that I've had an effect on other people and they have an effect on me. Yeah. And it kind of hurts me because I don't know how that's going to affect her growing up. Yes. Because then she'll suddenly realise that she could have it.
But the wonderful thing, honey, is you are talking about it. You're making people aware of it. I have a close friend, a very similar situation to you, and she had her daughter tested, and thankfully she didn't have that gene. But it is a big scare, and I think what you're doing here, bringing people's attention to it, making them get diagnosed as early as possible, that's the best chance that people have.
Thank you. Hit the nail on the head. It's about awareness.
Yeah. What age can you be tested?
I believe it's 18, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think it's from 18. There's quite strict rules with genetic testing. I mean, obviously you can pay for it and go around other ways, but I think it's 18. But, you know, imagine having that decision at 18. Do I have a hysterectomy at such a young age to prevent what could possibly happen before even having children? I was lucky I had 1 child already. So I was kind of blissfully unaware almost. But then the other side of it is that hopefully Faith will be then equipped with knowledge that many women don't. My grandma didn't have the knowledge and she passed away. My great-grandma had
and medicine is changing.
You know, exactly. And we've all got friends here who have passed away through such a horrible disease. And breast cancer and ovarian cancer.
That's just what I was going to say, because we're actually more aware about breast cancer and how to check ourselves and sort of take a little bit of control in that way. Ovarian is a cancer is known as a silent killer because you know the symptoms are incredibly difficult to diagnose. But there's a new thing coming out. Is it called BEAT?
That's right. Yes. So I'm patron of Overcome, and they're one of the leading ovarian cancer charities because they've got a whole herd of nurses that work for free. So it's a free helpline direct to nurses places, which is amazing. And they've come up with BEAT, which basically means that you're looking out for B, which is bloating, the bloated feeling.
The bloating that doesn't go away.
Exactly,
we all
doesn't go away. You associate with IBS, but it's very similar. That's why it's very hard to detect, and it's not very specific because it kind of lends itself to a few other things. But yes, so B would be bloatedness. Yeah. E would be eating less but feeling fuller quicker. A would be abdominal pain, which is the obvious sign to look out for. And T, to finish it off, would be to tell your doctor, tell your GP, and time is of the essence. If you are at all weary of it or you're not quite sure what this feeling might be, you have to go to your doctor. It could be anything. It could just be IBS. You could have just eaten something wrong, like Katie did last night. It could be ovarian cancer. You just don't know. Just go and ask.
Be stroppy with your GP about what you want if they won't take you seriously, because some won't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Second opinions.
If I don't get the opinion I want, I ask to see another doctor.
And know your body. Because all our bodies are different, and we all might bloat, we all might have abdominal pain or pelvic pain. Just know your body, be aware of any changes, I think.
Definitely.
Thanks for being so brave about that, Michelle.
Thank you.
If you've enjoyed that, then why not click here for more? And don't forget to subscribe by clicking here, so that you never miss out on the best Loose Women moments.
He was a computer hacker, so he used to track us down. So wherever we went, I changed my name, I cut my hair off. We did everything we could to be underground, but he tracked us down. So when people say, why didn't you get away from him?
That's sort of what people think, don't they? When they
that you just stay, but it's not like
yours.
that. You fight.
But what